Are you looking for a refined yet relaxing cruise? How about one that offers lots of experiences that immerse you in the destinations you're traveling to without breaking the bank? A ship where service feels personal, never rushed, and always delivered with a smile? Then let's see if Holland America's Noordam is the right ship for your next cruise. Hi, I'm Tiffany from Destination for Vacation. Thanks for joining me. The current Noordam is actually the fourth ship to carry the name in Holland America Line's fleet, continuing a tradition that dates all the way back to 1902. Each Noordam ship has reflected the spirit of its era, from early steamships carrying immigrants and cargo across the Atlantic, to today's modern mid-sized cruise ship carrying 1,916 passengers and 800 crew. The current Noordam was christened in 2006 in New York City by her godmother, actress and humanitarian Marlee Matlin. Noordam is part of Holland America's Vista-class, ships known for their spacious staterooms, wraparound teak decks, and panoramic glass elevators for sweeping ocean views. Holland America Line created a special group within this class with 4 ships representing the 4 points of the compass. Noordam for the north, Oosterdam for the east, Ooster is Dutch for eastern, Westerdam for the west, and Zuiderdam for the south. Zuider means southern in Dutch. The compass point names aren't just clever. They reflect Holland America's long-standing spirit of exploration and global travel. Since she was first launched, Noordam has sailed all over the world, from the glaciers of Alaska to the tropical beaches of the South Pacific, delivering the classic Holland America experience. Refined, relaxing, and always enriching. I chose Noordam for a recent 7-night southbound Alaska cruise, which started in the small, picturesque town of Whittier, Alaska, and ended much too soon in Vancouver, British Columbia. Deck A houses the ship's medical center, but is mostly reserved for crew operations. So let's start our tour on Deck 1, the main deck, and work our way up. Deck 1 forward, the front part of the ship, near the bow, houses the lowest level of the ship's main theater, which spans 3 full decks. During the day, it hosts a variety of enrichment talks by the ship's wildlife guide, national park rangers, and cultural experts. This is also the place to go for Holland America's signature Alaska Up Close talks, which combine cinematic video presentations with live narration about the culture, nature, and the people of the regions you're traveling to. During my sailing, there were 5 Alaska Up Close presentations, which I very enthusiastically recommend seeing. Pacific Giants, the Iditarod, Ancestral Memories, Native Voices, and Breaking the Ice Ceiling. In addition, there were 2 other signature talks. Origin Story, which highlights the rich 152-year history of the Holland America Cruise Line, and City on the Sea, which provides a glimpse into the behind-the-scenes operations of the ship. In the evenings, this is where you'll find the ship's premier entertainment, which ranges from comedians, musicians, and the popular Step 1 Dance Company performances. This is also where you can let loose and show off your dance moves during the ship's signature Orange Party. As you exit the theater on Deck 1, walk midship, and you'll soon reach the atrium, which is open to decks 2 and 3 above. Here you'll find the guest services desk, the place to go if you have any questions about your statement, special requests, or to get your luggage tags for disembarkation day. Across the way is the ship's small internet center, offering a few computers and a printer for guests to use. And finally, there's the Future Cruises Center, where you could pick up some pamphlets to explore some of Holland America's upcoming itineraries, or take it a step further and speak with someone who can help you in selecting your next cruise. The Deck 1 midship stairwell is also located in this area. As you walk by, it's worth making a small detour to pause for a moment and look at the different plaques that have been awarded to the ship during her maiden voyage to various ports. The remainder of Deck 1 is reserved for inside and ocean view passenger staterooms, so let's head upstairs to Deck 2, the lower promenade deck. But first, a brief message from this video sponsor, Elf Antics by Mr. Elf Delphine. Do you know someone who's visited by an elf each year? You know, someone like this guy, who brings a whole playbook of shenanigans to add a little holiday mischief to the season? Then this is the book for them, Elf Antics by Mr. Elf Delphine. No more spending hours and hours on the internet searching for that perfect idea. There's more than 90 of them in this book, all kid-tested and enthusiastically approved. With color pictures, step-by-step setup instructions, and a list of everything needed to avoid those last-minute trips to the store, this book returns a little sanity to the holiday season. And here's the best part, it offers a 5-year plan of activities with the perfect mix of heartwarming and hilarious antics. I sure wish I had this book when we hosted an elf each year. It would have saved me so much time and, I'll say it, stress. So help those parents you know and love spend less time planning and more time laughing and enjoying the holiday season with their kids. Elf Antics by Mr. Elf Delphine. Available now on Amazon, Apple Books, or from your local bookseller. If you're interested, you can simply scan the screen or click on the links in the show notes below. Now, back to our video. This is one of the major hubs of entertainment on the ship. Just a few steps away from the main theater, you'll find the ship's casino, which offers a wide range of slots and table games that will help you lighten your wallet. Nearby is Billboard Onboard, a large entertainment and lounge area. During the day, this is the place to go to finally get that recognition you deserve for all that useless knowledge you have about random and obscure topics by taking part in one of the trivia contests that are held here each day. Then, when you begin to realize that you don't know as much about the band ABBA as you thought you did, console yourself by grabbing a drink at the nearby Billboard Onboard bar. Of course, if the terms B28 or O16 bring a little thrill of excitement, then you'll be delighted to know that this area also hosts several bingo games throughout the cruise. In the evenings, this is a popular spot to hang out and sing along as the two talented piano players belt out chart-topping pop and country hits that have stood the test of time. Or maybe you're more in the mood to dance the night away. If that's the case, then head midship to the Rolling Stone Lounge, where you'll find live musicians playing a variety of genres, as well as comfortable seating where you can kick back and watch all the action. If you prefer a more intimate setting where you can enjoy a little conversation while sipping on one of the ship's signature cocktails, then walk just a bit further midship to the Pinnacle Bar, where you'll find plenty of comfy seating and you can take in some great ocean views. And if a big, juicy steak is calling your name, then consider making a reservation at Pinnacle Grill, the ship's premier steakhouse. Specializing in steaks, the restaurant also offers a selection of meats, seafood, and even vegetarian options. And of course, there's Baked Alaska, if you still have a little room left over for dessert. As this is a specialty dining restaurant, it will cost you $52 per person for dinner or $25 per person for lunch, as of the date of this recording. Passengers purchasing the Have It All package can book this restaurant as one of their included specialty dining options. But keep in mind that you don't have to pay extra for specialty dining to enjoy delectable food on board Noordam. Just head aft to the ship's main dining room, which spans decks 2 and 3. Open every day for breakfast and dinner, and sometimes for lunch on sea days. This is the perfect spot when you want a quiet, leisurely meal. I've always found the food in Holland America's main dining rooms to be well prepared and beautifully presented, and Noordam's was no exception. Diners have a wide variety of options to choose from that change each night. From appetizers like marinated zucchini with fresh mozzarella, to a crunchy Alaskan cod slider. You're sure to find something to tempt your palate. Each night, one main dish highlights the region you're sailing to. So, of course, for my cruise to Alaska, we had a bounty of fish options, including cod, salmon, rockfish, and halibut. And don't forget to cap off your dinner with a sweet treat. Or, why not, make it two. During our last sea day, the main dining room hosted a special Alaskan-themed brunch, where those with more adventurous palates could choose biscuits and gravy made with reindeer sausage. I tried the wonderfully rich wild forest mushrooms and tarragon crepes. And, since I was doing a little research for this video, I also ordered the classic Alaskan blueberry pancake stack with lemon curd. And to make sure you don't starve in between meals, Noordam also hosts a complimentary daily tea time on sea days, an event that's not to be missed, even if you're really not much of a tea drinker. I suspect that this is the real reason why most people attend. There's a different theme held each day. Dutch, Indonesian, and classic English were the themes for my sailing. If you're interested in getting the family together for a formal picture, nearby is the ship's portrait studio. And the Explorer's Lounge, just down the hall, is typically used each day for talks and informational seminars. And rounding out Deck 2 is the Park West Art Gallery, where you can preview some of the pieces that will be sold at auction on different days throughout your sailing. Take the curved glass atrium staircase up to Deck 3, the Promenade deck, where you can admire the stunning 3-ton Waterford crystal chandelier in the shape of a gyroscope compass. At the top, you'll be surrounded by the ocean bar. This area hosts mixology classes and art auctions during the day, as well as live music at night. And if you don't have the Have-It-All package, but are in the mood for a cocktail, then you're going to want to come here during the ship's happy hour, when all drinks priced $15 and under are half off. If you're a shopper, then this is the deck for you. Just head midship. At the photo shop, you'll find binoculars, cameras, and picture frames. But this is also the place to go to preview all those pictures the ship's photographers took of you over the course of your sailing and select the ones you'd like to purchase. Watch out! Depending on how many you choose, you might find yourself needing to take out a second mortgage on your house just to pay for them. If you're looking for a souvenir with a little more sparkle and bling to it, then stop by one of the jewelry and watch stores located nearby. There are also plenty of keepsakes that you could purchase on a smaller scale in the ship's gift shop. Holland America does not own or operate any of the gift shops on board their ships. A private company does, and I love browsing these shops because they always seem to have unique and interesting finds. Holland America's merchandise is well curated, and it includes a wide range of items local to the region you're sailing to. Of course, this area also has clothing, fragrance and beauty products, duty-free items, and those last-minute necessities you may have forgotten at home. Kids have the opportunity to take home their very own Louie, Holland America's mascot. Of course, it might be a little difficult to fit this Louie in your suitcase for your plane ride home. But why think about that now? You can always worry about the logistics of getting him home after your cruise. After all that shopping, you're probably going to be worn out. So stop by the library cafe for a quick pick-me-up. Here you can order one of your favorite customized coffee-based drinks, hot chocolate, and then pair it with a sweet treat and sit down at one of the nearby tables where you can savor the views out of the large windows while enjoying your finds. Whether you're starting your morning with a cappuccino or winding down with an herbal tea in the afternoon, it's a peaceful retreat where you can slow down and enjoy the quieter side of cruising. Just note that the drinks in the library cafe are available for an additional charge, unless you have the Have-It-All package. Just behind the cafe is my favorite place on board the ship, the library. Like the libraries on board other Holland America ships, it offers an enticing selection of books from all the major genres. Because it's in an open area next to the ship's cafe and walkway, it's not as quiet as those found on some of the other Holland America ships I sailed on. But there are a few chairs to relax in, so you can read a couple pages to decide which book you'd like to check out. A book exchange area is also located nearby where you can drop off those books that you'd finished on the plane for others to enjoy, and perhaps find a new book in exchange for that plane ride home after your cruise. Just across the library and cafe are 3 meeting rooms. The Stuyvesant Room hosts daily mahjong games and private meetings. The Half Moon Room is generally used for special group meetings, and the Hudson Room is used for private events as well as worship services. Deck 3 also features Noordam's classic outdoor promenade, offering a peaceful, teak wraparound walking path with traditional wooden deck chairs and uninterrupted ocean views. Whether you're enjoying a quiet stroll or simply watching the waves go by, this shaded outdoor space is a serene retreat at any time of the day. Decks 4 through 8 are reserved for passenger cabins. Stay tuned. We'll take a look at the stateroom I had for my sailing after we finish our tour of each deck. If you're looking for something a little more intense than Deck 3's promenade to get your heart rate pumping, head to Deck 9, the Lido deck. The ship's fitness center offers a well-equipped space with panoramic ocean views to keep you motivated while you work out. You'll find a range of cardio machines like treadmills, ellipticals, and stationary bikes, alongside free weights and strength training equipment. This area also offers group classes such as yoga, stretching, and indoor cycling. Some are included within your cruise, and others are offered at an additional charge. Then, it's time to pamper yourself with a visit to the ship's Greenhouse Spa Salon. This relaxing retreat offers a full menu of spa treatments, from therapeutic massages and rejuvenating facials to body wraps and reflexology. One of the highlights of the Greenhouse Spa is the thermal suite, available for an additional fee. It includes a steam room, sauna, heated ceramic loungers, and a hydro pool with powerful jets, perfect for soothing those sore muscles after a long day of exploring ashore. The adjacent salon also provides hair services, manicures, and pedicures. And here's a tip. The ship has a large co-ed sauna that all passengers can use free of charge. It's a little easy to miss, located portside as you exit the Greenhouse Spa into the indoor pool area, just before you reach the ping pong tables. Located midship on Deck 9, the Lido pool is the social heart of the Noordam during the day, offering a relaxing, all-weather space perfect for lounging, swimming, or enjoying a casual bite to eat. The pool area is topped with a retractable glass roof, allowing guests to explore the space, rain or shine, which is especially appreciated on cooler weather itineraries like Alaska. Surrounding the pool are comfortable loungers, 2 whirlpool hot tubs, and plenty of seating for those looking to relax between shore excursions or sea day activities. Here's where you'll also find the ship's family-friendly Lido Fun Fair, where guests can enjoy classic carnival-style games, tasty treats, and even win some small prizes. Typically, this event is held on one sea day towards the end of your cruise. Just steps away, you'll find Dive In, Holland America's poolside grill serving up burgers, hot dogs, and crisp fries. Once you have your food, it's an easy walk over to the nearby Lido bar, where you can order a Bahama Mama, an Ocean Commotion, or if you're too embarrassed to order those, just go with a standard frosty beer to wash down those fries. Of course, the real action on this deck takes place in the nearby Lido Buffet, which serves up a globe-trotting variety of dishes in a casual setting. From custom omelets, eggs Benedict, and fluffy pastries in the morning, to carved meats and international fare at lunch and dinner, there's something here for each craving and every appetite. At lunch, don't miss the extensive sushi selection. Also, be sure to check out the specialty station, located aft on the starboard side. During my sailing, this area hosted a German-themed beer and sausage party on one day, fish and chips on another. And my favorite, the Cake Me Away event on our last sea day. Speaking of desserts, make sure to try out one of the fresh, made-to-order crepes, which is even better with a scoop or two of ice cream. Open for dinner, the second of the ship's specialty dining restaurants, Canaletto's, is also located in the Lido buffet area. Here, guests can dine on a variety of Italian classics, like a Chianti braised beef short rib or veal and sage meatballs. The cost is currently $25 per person, or it can be booked as a have-it-all package specialty dining option. After eating, why not head outside and take a little time to savor the views of the ship's wake? Here you'll find the Sea View Pool. With sweeping views off the back of the ship, it's a favorite spot for guests looking to soak up the sun, enjoy a leisurely dip, or unwind in one of the two nearby whirlpools. This is also a popular area for glacier viewing in Alaska, as well as different events held throughout the day. Those brave enough can even choose to take the polar plunge. Conveniently located nearby, the Seaview Bar offers a variety of cocktails that will warm you up or provide some frosty refreshment. Now it's time to take the nearby steps up to Deck 10, the observation deck. Often used for wildlife spotting talks by the ship's naturalist, this area also offers a great view of the Lido Pool's sliding dome cover. The kids' clubs, offering a variety of games, art, and fun activities for little ones, are also located midship. The Crow's Nest on Deck 10 forward is very popular with guests throughout the day. Here you can relax in a comfortable chair and admire the outside views, all while enjoying an Irish coffee or Juno spritzer from the nearby Crow's Nest Cafe. Just like the Library Cafe on Deck 3, the Crow's Nest Cafe serves made-to-order espresso drinks throughout the day, as well as drinks that are a little bit stronger in the afternoons and evenings. Nearby is the ship's art studio, where you can pick up some new watercolor painting techniques, create a zoo of your own of origami figurines, or just use their supplies to do some relaxing coloring. But if you want something a little livelier to do with your cruising companions, then head over to the other side of the Crow's Nest, where you'll find a selection of puzzles and games. Just next door is the ship's shore excursions area, where you can learn a little bit more about all the activities that are available to book in the next port. Head upstairs from the Crow's Nest and you'll find the ship's highest observation deck, as well as the sports court, where you can play a pickup game of basketball or learn the ins and outs of pickleball. Now that we've toured the public areas, let's head back to Deck 1 and I'll give you a tour of the cabin I stayed in for this sailing. Since I was traveling solo for this trip, I chose an interior stateroom, cabin 1018. As you enter the cabin, you're greeted by a curved sofa that converts into a bed, perfect for a third guest or for relaxing with that book you checked out from the ship's library. A nearby lamp adds a warm touch for evening reading. The vanity area featured a cabinet with 2 shelves for storage, a comfortable chair, and a mini refrigerator. Amenities included an ice bucket, wine opener, and glasses, along with a bottle of wine and spring water available for purchase. My refrigerator was stocked with a selection of both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, also available for purchase. Positioned above the vanity is the flat-screen TV, which can be viewed comfortably from the sofa or extended for easy viewing from the bed. The vanity area also has 2 North American outlets and 2 European ones. Storage in this cabin is generous, with 3 separate closet spaces offering ample room for clothing and accessories. Each closet contains a hanging rod and several wooden hangers. along with adjustable shelves that can be configured to fit suitcases. 2 plush bathrobes were provided, though unlike some other Holland America sailings, there were no umbrellas, deck blankets, or beach towels provided in the closets in this stateroom. A small safe was located inside one of the closets for secure storage of valuables. Across from the vanity is the bed, which can be arranged as 2 twin beds or combined into 1 bed. I found my cabin's mattress to be a little too firm for my liking. Know that you can always request a padded mattress topper to make your bed a little bit more comfortable. On either side of the bed, you'll find a small nightstand with 2 drawers, as well as individual reading lights and light switches, allowing you to turn the room's lighting on or off without having to leave the bed. Each bed came with 1 firm king-size pillow and 1 standard-size soft pillow. The linens were smooth and comfortable. An additional pull-down bunk was available for a 3rd or 4th guest. 4 large hooks were mounted on the wall, ideal for hanging coats, backpacks, or bags. This cabin ran a bit warm during my stay, so I requested a fan, which was promptly provided, and it perfectly cooled the space. As an added bonus, it also muffled hallway noises, so I could sleep undisturbed throughout the night. A motion-activated nightlight, which I always like, was located beneath the mini fridge. However, just note that there is no built-in nightlight in the bathroom, as there is on Noordam's sister ship, the Westerdam. The bathroom is typical in size for this class of cabin, but thoughtfully designed. There's ample counter space on both sides of the sink, a shelf below, and a compact medicine cabinet with 3 small shelves. The shower is compact, which is pretty standard for this cabin class. It features a small rack for storing personal items, in addition to dispensers with Elemis shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Due to its angled layout and small size, the shower uses a curtain instead of a door. Water pressure was consistent, but I did notice the temperature fluctuated by about 15 degrees every 3 to 5 seconds, so I recommend testing it for at least 5 seconds before stepping in, especially for little ones. I also appreciated the long bath sheets that Holland America provides, which offer more coverage than standard towels. I had 2 fabulous stewards who frequently checked in with me to make sure I had everything I needed for a comfortable stay. While my overall experience with the cabin was positive, a few minor issues stood out. Most notably, the air conditioning never quite cooled the room below 75 degrees. So on my first sailing day, I requested that fan, which was delivered to my room in less than 5 minutes. This remedied the situation. When it comes to cruising, I've been around the block a few times. So when guests were provided with a letter with detailed instructions on how to flush the so-called highly advanced vacuum system toilets, I knew that I should probably expect some hiccups. And I was right. The mattresses in this cabin were much firmer than I'm accustomed to getting on a Holland America cruise ship. So if a hard mattress is an issue for you, make sure to request a topper when you first check into your cabin. And finally, notifications from Holland America's Navigator app often arrived late, even though I was connected to the ship's Wi-Fi. For some, they'd pop up an hour behind schedule, and for others, they'd pop up 4 days later. While this seems to be a recurring issue across Holland America ships, it's something to keep in mind if you're relying on the app for timely reminders. So, is Holland America's Noordam the right ship for your next cruise? Well, if you like personalized service, where the staff really go the extra mile to make sure you're enjoying your cruise, then this is the perfect ship. One of the standout features of my cruise was the exceptional level of service provided by the crew. The staff quickly learned your name and preferences, often anticipating your needs before you even ask. I was blown away by the staff members' consistent attention to detail, as well as the pride that was shown in providing a high level of customer service. It really made the cruise so enjoyable. If delicious food is important to you, then Noordam is a great choice. Whether eating in the main dining room or at the Lido buffet, you'll find plenty of choices you'll enjoy without spending an additional dime. And I really liked the specialty stations that popped up. The fish and chips were hot and crispy, and that's kind of hard to do on a buffet. There always seemed to be an interesting choice, and the vegetarian entrees I tried on the buffet were some of my favorites, especially the eggplant mains. And I'm not a vegetarian. I was very pleased with the dishes I had in the main dining room, whether it be breakfast, brunch, or dinner. If you're traveling with kids, keep in mind that Noordam is a ship that caters more to adult interests. Yes, there is a kids club, but compared to those on other lines, it's much smaller, and the activities offered just aren't as diverse compared to what you'd find on Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and of course, Disney cruise lines. Little ones will probably have a great time, but for those kids, say, 8 and older, well, they may get a little bored with what the ship has to offer, especially if they've cruised with another line before. Likewise, if you like a high-energy cruising environment that feels like one big party, Noordam's probably not going to be the right choice for you. This ship focuses on a comfortable, relaxing sailing with activities geared towards the interests of an older demographic. So no best buns or belly flopping contests here. If you like a ship that offers thoughtful, little touches that make your cruise more enjoyable, Noordam's a great choice. Sometimes the fun is in the surprise, so I'm not going to go through them all here. If it's your first time sailing with the line, then don't miss these events. The Alaska up-close talks, especially the one on the Iditarod. Cake Me Away, the chocolate surprise, tea time at least one time. And consider signing up for their bar hopping event, which is held on the same night as the ship's orange party. The last station is pretty neat to watch. If cutting-edge Broadway and Cirque du Soleil type shows are important to you, this ship may not be the best choice. Entertainers in the main theater tend to be your standard, run-of-the-mill cruise fare entertainment. The productions aren't lavish by any means like you might find on some other cruise lines. Personally, I really enjoy the Step 1 Dance Company performances, but after talking to some other passengers, I realized that not everyone agrees with me. With that said, on my sailing, guests seemed to be pretty pleased with the entertainment that was offered. If you like a ship that offers activities that immerse you in the areas you're traveling to, then you'll be very pleased with the variety of enrichment opportunities on board Noordam. Holland America takes destination immersion seriously. Sure, it may not be at the same level as, say, Viking, but you're also not paying Viking prices for your cruise fare. This sailing had a perfect combination of Alaskan-themed talks, and the connection to Alaska in the specialized food and drink offerings made the cruise even more fun. So, would I sail on Noordam again? Gladly. This was one of the most enjoyable Alaskan cruises I've had, thanks to the friendly and service-oriented crew, relaxed atmosphere, great food, and interesting enrichment activities. And I'll even go a step further. Out of the last 5 ships I've sailed on in Alaska, Noordam may just be my favorite ship of all. Thanks for watching. I hope you can join me again soon in one of these videos. Until then, here's hoping that your next adventure is just around the corner.